Hey YouTube, it's Sarah from Creepo and Snitch, and today we're going to be talking about book endings. Now, I just finished Blue Bloods, Gates of Paradise, and once again, I am saddened with a horrible, horrible ending to the series. I mean, I wouldn't say it's absolutely dreadful, but it wasn't good. It wasn't as good as it could be. I'm just saying right now, the rest of this video is spoiler alerts for every book ending because I'm going rampage. Okay, so the end of this book, Oliver becomes a vampire? What? Why? Why? No, you're the good human! Stay human! Thank you! Just, no! And then Schuler has a sister, randomly. She has another sister that no one knows about. It's an actual human sister. But then, smoke bomb. Oliver falls for her, obviously. No one could have seen that coming. Like, once you found out that she had a sister, like, okay, yeah, Oliver's obviously gonna like her. And then what else? Jack dies. Jack dies. Yeah, I was very upset about that for all of 5 minutes, and then I found out, oh, hey, wait, no, I can just magically come back. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you're dead, you're dead. That's how this works. If you're dead, you stay dead. You stay dead. Unless, of course, there's some very crafty loophole. There wasn't a very crafty loophole. It's just like, okay, so I descended into heaven, and then I asked God to come back. Doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, because if you die and you're a vampire, you have to go through the recycle, which means you would be a baby. You would not be the same Jack Force, blonde, pretty, and whatever, and then come back to Schuler. It doesn't work like that. Everyone else gets their nice happy ending, Mimi gets with Kingsley, and Oliver has his Finn, and I'm mad with that backstory. I'm really mad with it, because I thought, Oliver was the normal one. He'd have a nice human life with Finn, and then it's all good. Nope. Nope. No. It was a good ending besides that. Hunger Games. Hunger Games. Okay, Katniss is just depressed, and she will be depressed for the rest of her life. Completely detached and whatever. I'm sorry. That ending was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't care if you're grieving. I don't care if you're, emotionally destroyed. Which, you would be. You do not get married, and you do not have kids if you hate children. Okay? She says in book 1, I am never having children. And then it's just like, Peeta convinced me to have kids with him eventually. And then you just say girl and boy. Okay, clearly there is no love for said children. Clearly there is no love. You cannot include children if that is going to be your reaction to children. I'm sorry. It does not work. Because everyone's going to be like, oh yay, maybe book revival series, I don't know. But when you give them that, that's just like, man, you're messed up. Cirque du Freak. I was a big fan of vampires before vampires actually became popular. So I became a fan of the Cirque du Freak series. Now this is not the John C. Reilly version. This is not the John C. Reilly version of Cirque du Freak. I would like to point out that that movie is absolutely horrible. Horribly wrong. It's absolutely terrible. I mean, it's not supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to be completely serious. Like, what did you do to it? No! That movie, I didn't even go see it, because from the trailers, I could see that it was dreadful. It was terrible. Like, what are you doing? No, you can't do that. Anyways, so the books were actually good. They were violent, they were scary, they were dark, they were classic badass vampire books. Like, they were good vampire books. And, pretty much, the book ended where, after 12 books, which, yes, I read every single one of them because they were very good. It wasn't like this endless sequel after sequel after sequel after sequel where nothing got accomplished. Like, there was a lot going on. A lot going on. It was really good. But, after 12 books, he has his final epic fight, and then they both die, and then it was like a reboot to start. It was like, By the way, all of this is a dream. You've all been dreaming. I hope you enjoyed the ride. So, this happened to me. It was a dream. I was like, huh? What? Did that just happen? What? Why? Yeah, no. I know that's like a classic tool that authors use, but it's so mean to the reader. It's just like, well, nothing you read was of any importance. I just thought it would make a cool story. I hope you enjoyed it. And then it's just like, but no. No. No, no, no. No. You can't do that. I will never, in my writing, I will never do that. Because I know how much people hate it. We hate it. Don't do it. And then, of course, Twilight. Well, you already know most of my objections to Twilight. 300-page discussion. No forward-moving action. None whatsoever. Happily ever after, Jake loves a newborn child. I'm sorry, that is creepy on so many levels. That is just... And then, for my final case in point in book endings of how much they suck, the Aragon series. Now, I was a fan of these. I really liked them. I almost waited up till midnight for them. The movie came out, I kind of ignored it, because I didn't want it to ruin my series. I didn't want it to do that. And you know what happened? The ending sucked. Surprise! Surprise! The ending sucked. It ended with Araya deciding, I am going to go off and be the queen of the elves, and then Aragon is destined to fly away for all eternity, making sure that everyone is happy and proud. What? Where was this epic romance we were all promised? Where was, like, oh yay, they could be together, they have dragons, they can repopulate everything, like, nothing. We can't revive the dragon population. We're just gonna fly away. That is your plan, Christopher Pataloni. That is your big plan for this series. It's, well, I have no other way to end this, so we're just gonna fly off. Fly off into the sunset. Why? What is wrong with you? Come on! Ugh, these books, I swear to God, like, can someone just give me a decent ending? Like, I've realized why authors write series. Because they can't end it. They can't end a book properly. So they're just like, oh, if I make this a series, then I won't have to end it. And then I'll only have one sucky ending instead of 3, or 4, or in the Structured Freak series, 12. So, why? Why? I'm, like, pissed. Because, come on, just give me a good ending. Like, that's what I believe. Like, lately I haven't been reading series, because the first one I really like. Then I get roped into a second one, and I'm like, okay, not as good as the first, but I'm going to keep reading because I want to know what happens. Then they get me a third one, and I'm like, this is worse than the second one. Alright, I still want to know what happens. Keep me going. And then I read more and more, and then get increasingly frustrated and frustrated and frustrated until I'm, like, ready to hurt someone. So, if you're infuriated about another ending that I didn't mention, and you want me to talk about it, or you just want to rant and rave about it, please comment below. And that would make me very happy. I'm going to be doing more book reviews later, and I will hopefully have some new material to read and rant about. Hopefully I can give some positive reviews too. Bye, YouTube!